Heard of Q Broadcast? It's taking the world by storm. People are cutting the cord to their high cable bills and moving away from streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, and others for something better. Q Broadcast. For just $60 a month, you'll get access to every channel you could ever want, including HBO, Cinemax, and Starz. And the best part? There are no contracts, no hidden fees, and you're free to cancel anytime. With Q Broadcast, you can enjoy streaming live TV, movies, and top series on up to 5 devices at once. Whether you're at home or on the go, Q Broadcast makes sure your entertainment is always at your fingertips. Imagine being able to watch all your favorite channels from anywhere, anytime, without any restrictions. We're talking about thousands of movies, hundreds of TV series, and a huge library of live channels, all in one place. And don't forget video on demand and pay-per-view events. Those are included at no extra cost, so you'll never miss a big event again. Now, take a second and think about your current cable bill. You're probably paying anywhere between $100 and $300 every month, locked into long-term contracts and hit with surprise rate increases. With Q Broadcast, that's a thing of the past. It's just $60 a month. No contracts, no extra fees, no hidden costs, and no price hikes. Why juggle multiple subscriptions like Netflix, Hulu, and cable when Q Broadcast gives you everything you need in one convenient package? People everywhere are switching to Q Broadcast, saving money and getting more content than ever before. So, what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description and sign up for Q Broadcast today. Just $60 a month, no contracts, no hidden fees. It's time to take control of your entertainment and start streaming smarter.
We live in a world where men are told it's harmless. It's just entertainment. But let's stop lying to ourselves. Pornography destroys. It weakens your spirit. It dulls your drive. And it robs you of what real intimacy is supposed to be. Every click is a step away from the man you're supposed to be. We can't call ourselves leaders if we are slaves to a screen.
As someone that is prior service, I know all about discipline. And discipline isn't out there, it's within your mind. Porn rewires your brain, weakens your will, wrecks all of your relationships. It doesn't just stay on a screen, it invades your marriage, your confidence, and your actual purpose. As men, if we don't learn to discipline ourselves, we'll be ruled by our impulses. Now, it is time to stand up and take control before this silent war takes more than you're willing to lose.
Real men don't hide in the shadows of shame. We step up and we protect what's ours. We fight for our wives and kids, our own hearts. Twitter isn't just an app, it's a weapon. It's a tool used to break free and start living like the man that you're meant to be. The battle's here and it starts with you. You can stop living in shame and you can break free today.
Heard of Q Broadcast? It's taking the world by storm. People are cutting the cord to their high cable bills and moving away from streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, and others for something better. Q Broadcast. For just $60 a month, you'll get access to every channel you could ever want, including HBO, Cinemax, and Starz. And the best part? There are no contracts, no hidden fees, and you're free to cancel anytime. With Q Broadcast, you can enjoy streaming live TV, movies, and top series on up to 5 devices at once. Whether you're at home or on the go, Q Broadcast makes sure your entertainment is always at your fingertips. Imagine being able to watch all your favorite channels from anywhere, anytime, without any restrictions. We're talking about thousands of movies, hundreds of TV series, and a huge library of live channels, all in one place. And don't forget video on demand and pay-per-view events. Those are included at no extra cost, so you'll never miss a big event again. Now, take a second and think about your current cable bill. You're probably paying anywhere between $100 and $300 every month, locked into long-term contracts and hit with surprise rate increases. With Q Broadcast, that's a thing of the past. It's just $60 a month. No contracts, no extra fees, no hidden costs, and no price hikes. Why juggle multiple subscriptions like Netflix, Hulu, and
Here at the Anomic Age, we know that these times of uncertainty are stressful. It is incumbent upon all of us to put our fears first and bow down to government tyranny. Gone are the days of freely leaving your home, working, and social interactions. In exchange for safety, we will trade liberty. At the Anomic Age, we understand. However, just in case you want to get off your knees and stop being a sniveling coward, check out the John Age Project at anomicage.com.
Meet Ann Morrissey, who is here with her daughter, Dareth. Dareth is 17 years old. Mrs. Morrissey, I don't have to tell you that most parents would be extremely depressed if their daughter came home one day looking like this. I assume that was your response: shock, anger, depression? What was it?
I was extremely angry. I really went bananas.
Yeah, how old was she when this happened?
Possibly 13, 14 years old.
We're talking like it's a disease, and
Well,
yeah. How did she explain it to you, Mrs. Morrissey?
there was very poor communication until we went into counseling. And it almost broke up our family. But through counseling and Serena, I can understand it better.
What do you understand?
That she feels like she doesn't want to be like everyone else, and she wants to be her own person. And through the dress code and her lifestyle, she's expressing this. It doesn't conform with our rules, but we're learning to cope, and it's a very, very difficult thing. Extremely difficult.
Dareth, let's let you talk for yourself. You're from Long Beach, California.
I just can't handle being like everybody else because that's what everybody else wants, you know. Just because somebody else does something does not mean that I have to do it. You know, I have my own morals and ideals, and I go by them.
Are you drug-free, Dareth?
Yes, I am.
Is this a political statement then? Do you have some misgiving about the society that you see?
Yeah, there's a lot of problems, you know. A lot of the people are really aware of what's going on, you know, and I don't like it, you know. There's a lot of problems. What? I don't like the way society is based.
What bothers you? Give us some of the misgivings you have.
The rich, the poor, the people starving, the wars. You know, why can't, you know, everybody just get along and just live their life?
Alan Real and Chevy.
Propagating truth in a world of lies. You are listening to the John Age Project.
Trust no one. Trust no one. Trust no one.
You found it. You're here. You're headlong down the runaway train that is the Anomic Age, and I am your host, John Age. Happy to be back with you once again. Coming at you proudly from the coastal plains of the Old North State. I'll be your tour guide. Excuse me, folks. I'm trying to make sure. There we go. I'll be your tour guide this evening as we take a somewhat satirical journey down the path of murder, destruction, mayhem, and the extermination of human life on this planet. A forced march into obsolescence thrust upon us by a global Luciferian death cult of pedophiles. Check out anomicage.com. If you've not already done so, please like all the likes. Subscribe to all the subscriptions. PayPal.me/anomicage. Patreon.com/anomicage as well. That's the best way you can help me. Follow this show. Do everything that you know it's going to do and it's capable of doing. So go to anomicage.com. You can find all the goodies there. If you scroll all the way down there, and you'll see the recent episodes. Had a lovely conversation with Mr. Sal Amato this Thursday. If you missed that, you need to check it out. I was not here on Tuesday because I'm sick, still sick. So we'll just see how this whole thing plays out, you know? We'll see how much voice I got. See how the whole thing goes. But that ain't what you came for. You want to scroll on down and look right here. You can subscribe by email. You can go to the Google Play and get yourself a free app. You can go to iTunes area and get yourself a free app there too. Right down there, you can sign up for the free newsletter and so much more right there at anomicage.com. So check it out, folks. Check out anomicage.com if you ain't already done so. I don't know where you're at. 5-star reviews, kind comments, mean salutations, whatever you want to do, make sure you do it. And you can do it all right there at anomicage.com. So please do that, folks. Please do that. Okie dokie. Man, got a little bit to get into this evening. You know, this is not my usual night. Usually don't come at you on Saturday, but I figured I left you hanging on Tuesday, so I'd show up on Saturday, kind of make up for it. I really wasn't even planning on making up for it today. Actually, I was just planning on doing a little maxing and relaxing. Trying to get well. Trying to stop blowing my nose and coughing. But hey, alas, duty calls. And duty in every sense of duty, because I think that's exactly what this whole thing is, folks. It's a duty, as they would say in the great Caddyshack movie. So what I do believe we have here, folks. Excuse me. It's only going to get worse with the coughing, so you don't worry about it. If this ain't your thing, then just head on out. You can watch Mark Levin or something, you know, real homo like that if you want to. Anyway, check out this one, though, because that's what we're going to talk about this evening. We'll talk about this staged event shock. Staged event, baby. I do believe it's a staged event. Suspect dead, baby. He's DOA. He is dead on arrival. And somebody's going to, I'm sure somebody's going to say, John, is this a false flag? Is this a staged event? Is this something more sinister? I don't know, man. I'm going to pull all these up for you. Let's see if we can pull all of them up for you. Let's see. We're going to pull all of them up for you and go through the definitions and see which one fits the best for you. Because this is one of them. This is a false flag is a covert operation of malicious action designed to deceive the public. All right. That seems like a false flag to me. But I might be wrong. What's a PSYOP, John? A PSYOP. Psychological operation, a strategic communication effort used by militaries, intelligence agencies, and governments to influence the emotions and motivations, objectives, and reasoning of larger audiences. All right. Seems very psyopish to me, too. But what else do we have it could be? This is my choice on this. Might not be yours, and if it's not, it doesn't matter to me. I'm calling this whole shimmily sham a staged event. Can refer to an event that has been physically planned, designed, and constructed, or a deceptive situation that has been secretly orchestrated to trick the public or to achieve an ulterior motive. I don't know what your calculus is on this one, but that's mine. So I would submit to you that this is indeedly due at the very least, a stage of defense. But somebody out there is probably thinking, but John, how do you know this? There's no proof in the pudding yet. All the dominoes have not been thrown down on the table quite yet. That's true. Very true. So I will completely, fully, and utterly admit to you that this is a little bit of speculation on my part. A little bit of speculation. Might not be a real deal, Holyfield. That's what I'm saying. But, kind of like that old Billy Joel song, you might be right. No, you may be right. I may be crazy. Maybe, folks, maybe this is just a little hyperbole. Maybe this is a little too early to throw this out there. Maybe this is real. Maybe this is as real as all the rest of the events, Oh, man, I'm sorry. I should have had my solidarity tissue on my ear for the previous Trump event. Remember that one? Well, it was 3 events back, I guess. With the old ear shot, I should have put my solidarity hanky on my ear. Oh boy, alas. But anyway, this whole operation has been rolled out a time or 12. I completely forgot about this. And there was another one over a year ago where Trump was playing golf or something, and somebody was shooting up at the White House or some mess. I completely forgot about that one. But yeah, that's my thought on this, folks. And I'm not just going to stop there. You know me better than that. Come on. I'm going to go all the way out, and we're going to discuss all the other situations and so forth and so on. So let's set the proverbial stage for you. We'll go a little bit further out. We'll go to May 11th. Excuse me. A little bit before May 11th, but this is when this article came out anyway, from Fox News. So you know it's legitimate, right? Puff out your chest and say, oh no, Fox News would never lie to me. They love me. They're Fox News. This is from Fox News on May 11th. WHCA dinner shooting suspect Cole Allen pleads not guilty. Judge scoffed, said defense's power play. So that's old Cole Allen. You forgot about Cole Allen. Here's some funnies that you might have forgotten. So if you put Cole Allen into the internet, or if you did it before this event, it would come up with an actor's name. I'm not saying that means anything. I'm just throwing out all the information. You can choose to go with it where you will. But yeah, if you put this information out there before this event, it would come up first, link from IMDb with an actor's name. And you can still put in that actor's name and come up with the same actor. But right about now, your news feed is probably deluged with this guy, Cole Allen. So this was the guy who was a robotics engineer, had himself a master's degree. He was allegedly a teacher, although I've seen some people say he was just a teacher's assistant. He definitely was a Caltech graduate. And although a bit oblique, seemed to have some alphabet soup connections, at least with the Caltech connection. I'm not saying he was an MK Ultra mind control agent. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just giving you the information. You can follow it however you want to. So this was Cole Allen. This was the guy that interrupted the Correspondents Association dinner. He ran through the checkpoint, allegedly with a shotgun. They got another article with a shotgun intel. You want to see that one? I know somebody does. Let me see the shotgun, John. All right, fine. Shotgun image. This is from BBC.com. Officials show photos of guns allegedly seized from suspected blah, blah, blah. April 27th is the actual date of this one. The other May 11th was just talking about his trial. But anyway, we're still talking about that, Joker. Still talking about some Cole Allen there. If you want to look into some more Cole, I highly suggest it. Anyway, so we had the Cole Allen guy, not to be confused with another guy that was allegedly shooting up the White House when Trump was off playing golf or something. I would say a year ago, because I was looking up this article and I could never get a date on the flipping thing, but I didn't even pull it up. I was like, all right, whatever. So we saw all that from a month and some change ago from old Cole Allen pleading not guilty. We've, of course, got the obvious hanky on the ear of solidarity with our cult members shooting, where DJT was shot in an event. And oh, my goodness, it can't be fake, John, because someone else was shot on the grassy knoll. So it makes it legitimate, man, because excuse me, because if a government was going to do some false flagging, they would never actually include an actual death in that just to get the goat of the general public. No, they wouldn't do that. I mean, people are so ridiculous because, I mean, this is the same government that gave people syphilis. This is the same government that tested on its troops with alleged nuclear munitions. This is the same government that still lets their soldiers shoot the depleted uranium rounds that'll definitely foul your whole genetic system up. Agent Orange, anyone? I mean, we could keep going down the list of just known toxins that the government has just allowed 8 days a week and twice on Sunday. I mean, flip sakes, even under the guise of Make America Healthy Again, what is it, old RFK Jr. and Trump somehow just keep on allowing the glyphosate to be in weed killer, folks. I mean, again, known carcinogens. I saw a round of a commercial like 30, 45 minutes ago on TV. Go right now to your favorite hardware store and pick this crap up. But, you know, they would never just shoot somebody, have somebody shot up in the crossfire just to prove a point. Why would they do that? Anyway, so there's that. Other stuff you already know. So let's give you the rundown on this guy. And then we'll play the videos and we'll get to some more goodies. So here's what we know about the guy. Here it is on the screen. Let's put it on screen for you. Around 6 p.m., gunmen approached White House gate on West Side. Yeah, throw your hands up, West Side. Just kidding. I could care less. Gunman brandished a pistol. Okay, well, that's not really a long-range weapon, but I guess it's a good way to get killed. Fired 3 times towards the White House. Okay. Secret Service, returned fire. Gunman taken down. Bystander on street also hit by gunfire. Well, this is very reminiscent of that other event, isn't it? You know, ear bandage time. Gunman never got in perimeter. Well, right away, this is better than the April shooting because that guy just ran through all kinds of perimeters. So, what do we actually take away from this one, folks? At least the guy got put down. He had a pistol, so it wasn't really long-range shooting here. He wasn't really going to take anything out necessarily. But you never know. So if we take this whole shimmy sham at face value, we say, all right, the good guys won. We took down this scumbag that was shooting at our president, and he's gone now. And we don't have to question him. We don't have a trial. We don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. But if we look at some of these previous events, like the one I already mentioned with the old earshot and the bandage, don't forget, a bystander was hit in that one too. The ear bandage, I mean, I can't say enough about this. The Evander Holyfield obviously still has a hole in his cartilage from the Mike Tyson fight, I believe, over 20 years ago. He's a millionaire. He could have got it repaired in the same way I would say that Trump did, but apparently couldn't pull it off. I'm not going to drop names here, but I know a person pretty close, you know, that has some cartilage damage almost in the same area, like right up here, where it's like a slice removed from the ear from an accident when that person was a child. It doesn't grow back. You can't repair it. So you're just kind of effed. But don't worry. I'm sure that's all just a coincidence. It's got to be, right? Let's take a look at some of these other kind of hilarious, but not funny things here. We got to put this one on the screen. There we go. So this is from the New York Post today. Gunman who believed he was Jesus. Oh, Lord. He was Jesus, they say. Jesus Christ opened fire on White House checkpoint, neutralized by Secret Service. Nasir Best, 21, fired at checkpoint about 6:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time after being seen pacing in a strange manner up and down 17th Street. Northwest sources told the Post. So let's go to the name one more time. Nasire. I've seen a few different spellings without the R and with the R, but I'm going with the New York Post and saying it's got, E, with the E and without the E. Nasire is what New York Post has. So I'm going to go with that one. So 21 years old. He's from Maryland. He was apparently already on the Secret Service radar from previous incidents, which is kind of like every other person that's ever been involved in any sort of quote unquote shooting from the last few years. Or even, I'm not going to say shooting, I'm going to say events, because you could go all the way back to the underwear bomber and the FBI got him on the plane, folks. They got the guy on the flipping plane just so they could bust him. So, I mean, FBI is synonymous with this sort of actions where they'll poke, prod, fund. Here's everything you need. All you got to do is like walk around and hold this, and then we're going to arrest you. Obviously, they're already saying this guy's got mental problems. It's the same old song, folks. It's Underwear Bomber 4.0 because, I mean, there's been so many incidences in between. I was waiting for the guy to be a tranny and come out with a foxtail lover or some sort of horse feces. A lot of Charlie Kirk alleged shooter. But I haven't seen that yet. I mean, doesn't mean there's not still time. Because whenever you see an event roll out, there's always several different versions of it. First version is never the right version. There's another version coming out. Don't worry. So there's always another version of this malarkey coming out. All the way back to the Uvalde issue. I mean, it's always going to be another version coming out in a minute. So, but I couldn't help but notice this one. And I'll give a lot of credit to Owen Benjamin here for really exposing the spells and the wizard, all that kind of talk. That's very acute information he's been dropping for several years of that. But he also brings up this, which is, I've noticed this for a long time as well. The devil is always in the details. The devil in so many incidences is in the name. If you follow the work of David Paulides, he suggests similar things. The devil is in the details is the David Paulides book, where he talks about quite literally the word devil being in many of these areas where people have gone missing inexplicably, fitting his criteria. I'm not going off on that jag. I'm just saying in these instances, the devil's in the detail, meaning the name is something ridiculous. Usually when an event rolls out like this, the name is ridiculous. And I believe we've still got this one from, we'll put this one on the screen because I covered this, I believe, a week and a half ago. And full disclosure, when I covered this, it didn't hit me when I was going over it pre-show. It hit me when I read it live on the show. And I went, what the? Let's put this on the screen. This is the ousted, suspended, indicted Rosie Speedlin Gonzalez. Yeah, Rosie Speedlin Gonzalez. Resigns, charges drop, blah, blah, blah. This was from April. But that was an incident that it just hit me dead in the face. I was like, what in the flip are we doing? Rosie Rosie Speedlin Gonzalez. It's totally hysterical. Clearly, it's so hard to not. Clearly, this super hot OnlyFans model, Rosie Speedlin Gonzalez, is of some sort of Mexican ancestry. And her last name is Speedlin Gonzalez. Like the censored Speedy Gonzalez cartoon from when I was a kid. I believe they took it out of the Looney Tunes flipping platforms and all this mess because it was deemed racist and sexist and homophobic and transphobic too. This chick, Speedlin Gonzalez, folks. I mean, you can't even make this up, folks. You cannot make this up.
the desert sand and helped him in Saudi Arabia.
My apologies for that. He's putting on a gas mask.
I stayed behind and wanted to do something for my country.
We could tell.
The second week after invasion,
You may smell some of the fumes
volunteered
from
at the Al-Adan hospital. The Iraqis dunked his head into a swimming pool until he almost drowned. They pulled out his fingernails and applied electric shock to sensitive private parts of his body. He was lucky to survive. If an Iraqi soldier was found dead in a neighborhood, they burned to the ground all the houses in the general vicinity and would not let firefighters come until the only ash and rubble was left. The Iraqis were making fun of President Bush and verbally and physically abusing my family and me on our way out of Kuwait. We only did so.
Excuse me. So that was the first lady. So that they only was like, holy cow, what's going on? She did the usual, duck and cover move and the whole 9 yards.
Our country and our government.
And I had to show you this one because this one's just too hysterical. This is from, I believe, 1990 from CNN. This is just hysterical, but it's the same bull job. This is what you would see on CNN back then. And this is the kind of bull job you're seeing in the mainstream media now. It came out that this was being filmed on top of the CNN studios in Atlanta. This was all bull job. This is horse feces here. This is fake, a fraud, a hustle, a con, and a dodge. This is CNN. I could have played a whole clip for it. But this is CNN from like 1990, Gulf War I. And this was the level of sophistication that they were feeding the American people. And keep in mind that the people were swallowing. Complete bull jive. So when you look back at this one again, let's run it one more time. Why not? When you look back at this, it just looks elementary. It's got better tech than the 1990 CNN clip, but it's just as asinine, just as retarded. Excuse me, I keep muting the mic because I'm coughing, so that's what's up. Anyway, so that's shooting the evidence number one. And I've already seen people besmirching this second lady and making fun of her. But here we go again. This lady's like, what the flip's going on? Is it fireworks or something back there? Here we go.
What is that?
The second lady didn't get the memo. The second lady was like, I'm supposed to see some fireworks or something. What the heck is going on here? She's looking around. What the devil's happening here? Yeah, everybody's already making a meme out of this chick. Like she just didn't know what was going on. She's just too stupid to figure out that this is some bull job. And, nah, man. I think the first chick was in on the gig. The second chick didn't get the memo. She must not have got a check in the mail, at least not one big enough to cover the acting job that they were supposed to be proliferating for the American people. That's my thought on it. And when I look at this one, I'm going to show you this one too from CNN. This is hilarious to me. And a lot of people have forgotten this one. But this is from CNN. I don't know. Well, let me see. I believe it's 1992. There we go. 1992. So the lady you're seeing on your screen. This is the ambassador's daughter. When we were invading in 1990, Gulf War I. Remember that, Lovelywood? Yeah. So they didn't reveal at the time, oh, this is the ambassador's daughter. They're sitting here giving you the baby on the incubators and the floor and the soldiers and through one. Yeah, this jive. Yeah, let's just let it roll. It's some C-SPAN. It's not some bullshnikes that I just pulled off of, Laugh Tracks or some other fool. Yeah, this is realness. And I just want the American people to understand and appreciate how stupid that they think you are.
Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, my name is Nadia, and I just came out of Kuwait.
This is the babies in the incubator scam. George W. Bush.
My mother and I were in Kuwait on August 2nd. For
Looks like it's
peaceful summer
1990. I apologize. I thought it was 1992 because
oldest
there's a
sister had a
separate
big
date down there.
band
It says
tonight.
1992.
and we wanted to spend some time in Kuwait
Anyway,
with her.
this is the
I only
babies
think
in
none of my
incubator
Kuwait
scam.
classmates had a summer vacation like I did.
So now you know. This is how dumb they believe that you are, folks. This is it. I mean, we could just keep going down the flipping rabbit hole with it and just like, this is how dumb they believe that you are. You know, the lone gunman theory, the grassy knoll that Geraldo Rivera released like 10 years after the flipping assassination. Geraldo, Jerry Rivers, his real name. Jerry Rivers gets the scoop of a lifetime and gets to reveal for you the lovely, edited for your protection, sanitized for your protection video from the grassy knoll. You know, video from the JFK assassination, the Zapruder film. Heavily edited, heavily redacted. I got a guest coming up. I believe it's the week after next. I don't think he's going to get into that, but he's done ample research into that. That's not really our topic. Maybe he'll delve us into that a little bit, but it's so ridiculous, folks. Moon landing, anyone? I mean, that whole thing is completely hilarious. I mean, there's times right now that you can't get a flipping phone call anywhere near my house. 2026, year of our Lord. And with a cell phone, you can't get these flipping calls. But we're led to believe that we got moon calls. I mean, just the sheer logistics. I'm not even going to get off on that bender. I'm not. But just the sheer logistics of that whole thing is hilarious. But we are supposed to believe, folks. We are supposed to believe that Nassar Best did some shoot 'em up at the White House today and got taken down by the Secret Service. Nassar Best. That's what happened. And we could just keep going into this. The whole thing is so ridiculous. Because I was seeing this bull jive. I knew something was popping off today. Because let me see if I got this one. I don't think I do. Let me see here. Yeah, I do actually. Let me see. We already saw the buildup for this a couple days ago. Let's see this one. Split screen it. Nope, that ain't it. There we go. Trumpy says he'll try to attend son's wedding this weekend, but it's not good timing. He'd like me to go, Trump said to his eldest son, but it's going to just be a small little private affair, and I'm going to try to make it. I'm in the midst, I say, this is not good timing. It's a thing called Iran and other things, and, this is the bull jive from Trump. So we already saw that on the 21st. This is NBC News, in case you were wondering. So he was already setting the stage like, yo, he ain't coming. Okay. Who gives a flip? I don't. Am I getting money out of this deal? No. Of course not. So he already set the stage with like, yo, I'm probably not going. And then today, okay, he is going. But he is going just to bluff and say, oh my gracious goodness, we've made an about face. We're headed back to D.C. Oh my. Headed back to D.C. So we did all the pomp and circumstance. I'm not going, I'm not going, just to pull the flipping Air Force One out and turn it around. Come on back. And then you saw the same bull jive from J.D. Vance. Oh, J.D. Vance was hightailing us somewhere, and he made a beeline back to the White House. Oh, my gracious goodness sakes alive. J.D., where you going, brother? If that is your real name, which we know it's not. So Trump makes an about face, comes back to D.C., White House. J.D. Vance, or whatever he's alleging himself is to be these days, turns around, comes on back to the White House. So we saw that. And then it was a couple hours before this quote unquote shooting. Excuse me. They kept showing people on the roof of the White House and all this bull jive. And I was like, oh my aching. Yeah. We've set the stage quite aptly. We know something's coming. I mean, this is the most predictive programming bull job you could imagine. So ridiculous. This is on par. This is totally retarded. But this is on par. Like when I was a little kid, I would play with the kids that were like diagonal from my house. And we'd play in the woods and we'd play in the house like across from there on the road, across from the road there in the woods behind there and everything. And these kids were a couple years older than me. I was a couple years younger. And we would always play war, which in case you're not privy to this, is basically like hide and seek with flipping fake guns, you know. But my friend there, the older cat, well, he's not the oldest of the two brothers, but the younger of the two brothers would always kind of run the same play, the same op, the same predictive programming. He would always be like, you know, we had a certain amount of time. I can't remember what it was. A certain amount of time, like a minute or whatever. You basically cover your eyes and everybody else would run. You try to find them. But he would always set the stage for you. He'd be like, hey, I think we're going to go, blah, blah, blah. You know, saying it low, but just loud enough so you could pick up what he was saying. And I knew this was some bull jive even as a young kid. But I remember trying to pull that same flim flam on him. He's like, yo, John, I know I can hear you, Rad, you know. And that's the point, man. When it's so obvious, you've set the table so aptly. There's no surprise, folks. There's no surprise. Like July 4th, you put red, white, and blue tablecloth on the picnic table. You got the grill fired up. You got hot dog buns out. You got the whatever it is you want on your hot dog. I don't even eat that garbage, but you got your ketchup, mustard, and relishes and whatever to flip out. You've set the table, folks. So everybody knows you're going to have hamburgers and hot dogs. There's no surprise here. You've set the proverbial table. Everybody knows something's going to happen. Odds are hamburgers and hot dogs. I mean, there's a slim chance, you know, mom and aunt so-and-so and grandma, whatever, going to come out the kitchen with Chinese food, but probably not, because you know what's coming. You've seen it all before. This table has been set. We know what's happening on July 4th. We're going to have hamburgers and hot dogs outside on the picnic table and so forth. There's a small chance you might get some Mexican food, but probably not. Probably not. So prior to this event popping off today, I saw this for what it was. I was like, okay, something's going to happen today. I saw a lot of other people posting the same mess. Like, all right, we all know something's happening. What is it? What's the new fear du jour? What's the new divide and conquer? What's the new thing we're all supposed to care about, clamor about online, gnash our teeth, rend our garments, bite our little nails? Oh, goodness gracious. What are we supposed to care about now? That's how I feel about everything that I see online, on television, anywhere else that there is media to be displayed. My inclination now is, now what? Now what are we supposed to care about? What's the big flipping thing now? Because I personally don't give a rat's patoots. Not even a little one. So anyway, I say all that to say this. Here's the deal. This might not be the deal, but it'll do till the deal gets here. As the great John B. Wells often says on Caravan to Midnight. Let's put this one on the screen. Here's what it could be. A leaked draft of the potential U.S.-Iran peace agreement brokered with the help of Pakistan and Qatar, or Qatar if you're nasty, outlines this lovely one, huh? Ceasefire, an immediate, comprehensive, and unconditional halt to any military action. What else we got? Infrastructure protection, mutual agreements to cease strikes on all civilian, military, and critical economic infrastructure. Strait of Hormuz guaranteed to immediately restore full freedom of navigation. Sanction talks, yakety schmackety. I think we all know what's up, folks. So this is what's on the cusp, on the precipice of being dropped right about now. It's some very clear Iran-friendly peace agreements. So again, you know me on this one. For my humble opinion, we shouldn't be there nor any damn where. We need to bring all the troops home and close all the flipping bases that ain't here in the continental United States. I take that back. We need to keep one in Hawaii and Alaska. But I think we need to shut all that other bull job down and bring our troops home. Because it's fairly obvious that the real criminals, the real threat to democracy, ain't across the sea. It's aquí. It's aquí. In the land of the free and the home of the slave. That's where it is, folks. So we can shut all that bull job down and just bring the troops back here. I know the danger of that is, of course, the continuity of government, the Rex 84, Patriot Act, where they will release the troops on the citizens. That's true. That's quite possible. But I guarantee you they're not going to release the troops on the illegals, the invaders, the criminals, the pedophiles, the low-class, floor-flushing, bottom-feeder trash that stinks up the joint around here. They're not going to release them on them. I guess maybe if they do, they'll be unarmed. Remember that? I think DJT did that first term and then did a little bit of that bull jive at the beginning of term 2, 3, or whatever you want to call it. Don't matter to me. Where he had troops out there that were going to release the National Guard. Yeah, they're not flipping armed. So who gives a crap? It's like you releasing the dog catcher without the net. That's kind of superfluous now, isn't it? So a lot of people are saying, why do you think this is a false flag, John? Well, because of all the evidence I've put before you and the obvious one I just dropped upon you. They're about to roll out the very Iran-friendly peace agreement. And I saw this today, too. I didn't even pull this up because I don't care, but it was kind of funny because you saw Trump saying something to the effect that Bibi was going to do what he told him to. And I just laughed. Like, I don't know who believes that. Do you? You pulled the chair off for Bibi more times than a prom date, Trump. Come on. What are you talking about? If anybody's the subordinate, it ain't Biebs. It ain't the Biebs, D. It ain't the Biebs. I had to break it to you, buddy, but it ain't the Biebs. So anyway, I'd submit to you that this is all quite fraudulent, because what better time to release some bull jive than when you're about to declare yourselves incapable of even defeating Iran? Because that's in essence what's up here. And I'm not here to say we need to go bomb them. And, I'm not pulling a Lindsey Graham here. I don't think we need to be over there at all. I think it's a flipping joke war for Israel, as usual, based on false flags and pretexts that aren't even real. But, if you're into bombing girls' schools and stuff, then I guess that's what you're into. I'm not. I don't think we need to do any of that. That's all. I think it's bullshit, folks. But this whole peace agreement that's clearly favoring Iran is just making us look like, how have I worded it so often online lately? Like hoes, folks, like hoes. And I'm not talking about the garden variety. Like hoes, folks. That's really what's up. Making Americans look like hoes. Because what this really signifies to all the other, how can I put this delicately? All the other cocks in the yard. What this signifies is that America is subordinate. It signifies that America ain't, we'll just say up to snuff, to keep it PG for the kiddies. So if you were on the world stage, a superpower, don't you know, like China or Russia, and you're seeing the United States basically throw the hands up and give up, giving Iran this lovely peace deal that just basically means we are sorry, we can't stop you from doing what you do. That's what this signifies, folks. I've covered this many times on this show. I think I have a whole show called Dominance Displays where I talk just about that. You see this in the mammals, the furry variety especially. Bears, wolves, dogs, all the primates virtually, especially the bigger quadrupeds. There's always dominance displays. Most notably, I've covered this with baboons where they show the teeth. They like to bare their big canines and scare you. If that doesn't work, they do a lovely eyelid flash where they give you the dad look and they say, hey, you need to chill out. And if that doesn't work, then they mount you. Yeah. And I'm not talking about homo for homo's sake. I'm talking about homo for dominance sake. It's exactly what's going on in most of the mammalia of the furry variety. So no, I'm not talking about your humpback, sperm, nor killer whales. But that's what we're seeing. So effectively, we've been mounted by Iran. And don't get it twisted, folks. Don't get all thinking I'm saying we need to go to war and we need to blow them off the map and drop the nukes. And no, I think it's dumb. We put ourselves in this subordinate state, and now we're just revealing to ourselves and the rest of the global power structure that we are indeed hoes, folks. Hoes. There's pimps and there's hoes, folks. That old HBO show, what was it called? Hookers on the Point or something like that? Hookers on the Point. There's pimps and there's hoes, folks. And if you don't already know what position you and, Los Estados Unidos is, let me clarify it for you. Hoes. Hoes. H-O-E-S. Hoes. That's what's up, folks. Who's the pimp, John? Who's the pimp? Well, it ain't us, folks. Sure ain't us. I would submit to you that quite possibly could be maybe a small country across the sea. Would be Pequeño to you and me. Whatever could it be? I don't know. I'm not going to say, but you can look it up. I'm pretty sure you know which one I'm talking about. It's not Zimbabwe. It's not Madagascar. No. Jeepers creepers. Could it be Egypt? No. Yeah, I don't know. You'll figure it out. You'll see who it is. Guaranteed. All right. We got a couple more and we got to roll here. What are we looking at on the game clock and shot clock? Let me look at the time. Woo, we got 9 minutes on the clock, folks. We got plenty of time. Plenty of time to show you this little doodad from a couple days ago. This one's pretty stupid, but here we go. From Fox News. Hit the Hazen hose.
Deputy Commander, thanks for coming back, sir, and good morning to you. General Keane was with Dane and me yesterday. Let's begin with this analysis, and we'll get.
So we got this guy.
The president
no, not that guy. Nobody cares about that old fool. Let's rewind it a little bit so we can see this lovely latex prosthetic there. There we go. This guy's got his mask on, it would appear. What do you think out there? Looks very masky to me. So, I say all that to say this. This ain't the first time, the second time, the third time, or even the fourth time. They've just shown you a clear op. Plain as the nose on your face, pun intended. So this cat is clearly wearing a mask. Look at it, folks. You ain't seeing this here? Look at this cat. This is my throat as it goes into the shirt. Yeah, look at this cat. Checking this out, right? Okay. So there's a lot of different ways you can look at this hilarious Halloween tomfoolery. Because you've seen this with Biden, you've seen this with BB, you've seen this with several trash hats out there. So don't get excited like this is something new, novel, or in any way innovative. It's not. It's old tech, folks. My God, it's old tech. It's a blame Halloween mask. You really think this is the best we got in 2026? The best we got is a blame. Just, I went to Holiday Town or whatever the flip it is, Halloween Town, and got this, and this is me being this clown. That's the best we got. Like he was about to go live, and the makeup techs and everybody else didn't notice. Like, hey, look, you have a flap of skin that's not matching up nor meeting to your actual skin. Yeah, sure, that happened. Just like the same bull job happened with BB and Biden and all this malarkey. So you could take this bull at face value. And if you do, I think you're doing it to your own detriment. But if you take this bull at face value, again, it's how stupid do they think you are? They think you're so moronic, idiotic, and stupid that you're not going to catch this? That's so dumb, folks. So dumb. It's like every 80s movie, like the parents leave town, you know, and the freaking kids are in there like slipping a flipping full keg upstairs and, you know, like the whole 9 yards, and they don't catch on at all. They don't see nothing. And that's our best, folks. And that's our best. So you either have to believe that the American people are so stupid that this is the level of psyop idiocy that they're running, or that they know everyone's going to see this. At least people with like above room temperature IQ are going to see this and see it for what it is and go, oh, well, this is some horse feces. This is completely fraudulent, and call them out on it. So those are kind of the two extremes. Either they think you're so stupid that you're not going to catch it, or that they're putting out a red herring so you will catch it. If you don't know the red herring symbolism and meaning, look it up. I'm not going to go into that. But I think it's quite obvious that they are throwing out clear distractions at this point that they know are going to be caught. Prima facie, clean as, you know, clean as the flipping bathroom mirror, as clear as the nose on your face. I mean, that's how obvious this is. This is akin to what I've referenced, again, many times on the show, the part from The Matrix where Neo's in there. He's first getting into the Matrix, trying to understand it. He's getting taught what's up. And the woman with the red dress walks through. And Neo's on point. He knows what's up. He's like, oh, I'm focused. I'm on it. And then they throw in a hoe with a red dress. And they're like, oh, my gosh. That's what this is. And I didn't even cover the what's that idiot? I don't even know the name because I never watched Battlestar Galactica. But apparently there's another hoe on OnlyFans, former Hollywood starlet from Battlestar Galactica. Oh, boy, I guess. So anyway, so the hoe version for the hoes, the American slaves, is this kind of bull job. This is the version that they have on tap now. We're just going to throw a guy out there with like a obvious Halloween mask. I can't believe he didn't have the price tag on it. Remember that chick from God, what's that girl's name? The old lady from Hee Haw. Always had the stupid hat with a price tag on it. I can't believe they just didn't have the price tag on it. They might as well. People still would not see the forest for the trees. That's what's so dumb. The American people would still go, oh, we caught him. We caught him in the act. He's wearing a mask. That's the two dichotomies here. Either they're so knowledgeable about the stupidity of the American people that they're rolling out this simpleton moronic idiocy, or they're throwing this out there as a red herring just to throw you off base. Just so the general public will say, aha, my goodness, Watson, we've got a false flag. We've got an op. We've got a staged event. That's what's up, folks. They are rubbing your nose in the brown stuff. It's all a humiliation ritual. It's all bull job. It's all a humiliation ritual. It's all meant to just rub the American public's nose in the brown stuff and say, you're really this dumb. This is how dumb we think you are. And if you fall for it, you're an idiot. So that's what's up with this guy with a mask. You know, there's like the slim people that already know this is real tech, and they're like, oh, yeah, this is flipping obvious again. Like, and then there's the other, ooh, we got him now. We got who exactly? Who? There's still people under the illusion, or should I say delusion, that people are going to jail, folks. There's still people that believe in the sealed indictments bull jive from, like, what was that, 6 years ago? Remember that complete pant load? There's still people that believe DJT is playing like 10DG, whatever, flipping chess. That's where we're at, folks. That's really where we're at. People still believe like somebody's going to jail. It's just a matter of time. Sealed indictments. Hillary's already been executed. That's why they have a mask on an impersonator. Like, that's where we're at, folks. That's really where we're at. Next time, I think I'm going to delve into this hilarious. I'm not even going to talk about it today. I'm going to delve into this hilarious bit where we cover some of the controlled bunch again, but we're really going to cover it in a broader perspective and just cover like people are still trying to lead other people into just believing nonsense. There's still people talking about the midterms. This is going to mess up the midterms. This is going to mess up the midterms. This is going to mess up the midterms. It's like the entirety of the American society has become one flew over the cuckoo's nest. Like the lemming slave class of rinse and repeat, parroting moronic talking points idiots. Like that's the new thing. Midterms. I mean, that's the new talking point of fools. And I can guarantee you, just like I've heard for the last 5 to 6 elections, this is the biggest election of our lives. Already know that's coming for the 2028 or whatever the flip it is. You already know it's coming, folks. If you didn't revisit the last 5+ elections, or this was the biggest election of our life, this was the biggest election of our life. It's like people have somehow scratched the record of the American intellect and just kept letting the record play, so that the buffoons keep saying the same moronic idiocy, expecting something different to happen. It's like there's a hornet's nest outside of your flipping window, and every day you go out there and punch it. And you somehow expect to not get stung by the bees. Somehow you expect, like, you know, a freaking wad of hundreds is going to fall out of the hornet's nest. Just keep on doing the same numb nuts mess, and like, we'll get them next time. We'll get them next time. We'll get them next time. It's like a bad cartoon, man. It's like watching the end of every G.I. Joe or Transformers cartoon, where that's kind of the gist of it from the antagonist at the end of every show. We'll get them next time, Megatron. You know, we'll get them next time, Skeletor. Like that. That's where we're at, folks. I'm sorry to bring it to such a sophomoric level, but I think many people, this is going over their heads. Many people are like, "What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking. I believe in voting. And Trump's going to save us, and I'm not in a cult." Anyway, that's where we're at, folks. We've come to the end of tonight's lovely, enthralling episode of the Anomic Age. So I'll close it like I always do. You can't do everything, but you can do something. Please try to get up off your rump and do something. Until next time, I'll be seeing you sooner or later in the Anomic Age.
Thank you for listening to The Anomic Age, a John Age project. For past shows, further info, and to comment, go to anomicage.com. That's ANOMICAGE.com. Till next time, thank you for listening to The Anomic Age.